The first bicycles had no brakes and no gears. It was a long way down and it was easy to get hurt. By the mid-1880s, the so-called safety bicycle lowered the rider's height from the ground. It made it much safer to ride. There were still no brakes, of course, and the best you could do was to try to backpedal to slow yourself down. This is known as a fixed gear design. By about 1900, the freewheel had become popular, which made it much easier to get on and off and enabled coasting down hills. But once you had a freewheel, you really needed a brake. Foot-powered coaster brakes were applied to the rear wheel, but unfortunately they only braked one wheel, and the wrong one at that. Stopping distances were long. The first handbrakes were simple mechanical designs that put friction directly on the rubber tires. This caused a lot of tire wear. By the 1930s, caliper brakes were developed that clamped directly against the steel rims. These worked pretty well in the dry, not so well in the wet. In the 1980s, mountain biking became popular. This required developing a whole new technology. Fat tires required much more braking power, so new cantilever brakes were developed. Modern rim brakes work much better in the wet because rims are aluminum, and aluminum creates friction against pads even when wet. The latest in braking technology is disc brakes. But are they really better? The answer is, that depends. The best stopping distance I could come up with was 21 feet, which goes to show that ultimately tire width and bicycle geometry are more important than brake design. Do fat tires improve stopping distance? Of course they do. But at some point you're running into the limitations of physics, not of engineering. So in the end, whether you ride road bikes or mountain bikes, whether you have rim brakes or disc brakes, you'll appreciate today's modern brakes for their better stopping power, for life's unexpected moments.